Howdy, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're back again looking at Palantir Technologies. Over the past couple of days, we've been going over some of the news and some of the great contracts that they've been able to hold on to, along with a lot of the great news that they've had on their revenue streams coming in for Q1, which they'll have their full Q1 result come in for all their earnings come May 5th. So that's just right around the corner. As it stands right now, we can still see that their bull run is going nowhere but up, where we hit the resistant line, like I had been mentioning in the past couple of videos, where back here in mid-February, they used to have a high where it was sitting anywhere between 116 to 118, and it stayed there and kind of lulled for about 5 days in between those areas until they had a short breakthrough before the market ended up crashing over all the volatility from all the tariff talks and the market crash. So now that we're back into that line, here we are sitting here. We ended up closing the day out at $118.44, which seems like a really great time to be able to come over for another resistant line whenever we came directly across since February to be able to come up to this new resistance. So, with that being said, some of the news that they've had that came in is Nautilus Company and Palantir are partnering together to accelerate a production of sustainable commercial aircraft, meaning that Palantir is going to once again become more relevant in the Defense Department by getting stronger into aircraft where they're going to end up being commercially readily available, where they're just going to be pumping out planes and drones with Palantir's technology and software embedded into their systems. So that's even better news for Palantir, and even more news for the stock to be able to create a breakthrough yet again, to be able to come through and maybe even here shortly create a new ultimate high for this stock. So if we keep once again going back and looking at the run, we had our run down, and we were able to come back up, and we broke the resistance line initially here whenever the resistant line was originally at $98. Then we had just a short drawback, but this was just completely due to the market volatility in its entirety. So then, now that we've had new contracts, we've had new looks, and we've had new aspirations in the defense side, we can definitely see that there should be no reason why we shouldn't be able to be breaking through this resistance line here to come back up and create a new all-time 52-week high and an all-time high for the company in its entirety. So, with all that being said, why is it that we're going to have this breakthrough? Well, not only did Palantir have that commercial breakthrough with new commercial airliners and drones using their software in specific, but Europe is also going to be vamping up their defense, and them vamping their defense is going to go straight into AI. So the European decided that they were going to increase their defense budget because they believed that, yes, America's been paying all the way to be able to police their country, and so they have vowed that they were going to increase their spending, and in doing that, that's going to end up spending more money in the defense side, which European Union actually uses a lot of military weaponry and software from America, and Palantir is one of the front runners in that department. So that just means that Palantir is not only getting a big step in America as they have been here continuously, but now they're even going to go abroad and branch out into the European Union. And all of this is not only just based because Europeans see that their country has been lacking in their defense department, but also the fact that the war in Ukraine is still continuing and it doesn't show too much sign of slowing down. They've had multiple talks through the entire system of the war. They've had many peace talks. Many ceasefires have been attempted, but none have completely prevailed in the sense of actually seeing a full stop to this war, no matter how bad Donald Trump, Zelensky, or Putin wants it at this point. So, with that being said, they also have full databases that show sustained growth in their markets for AI. Given they're not a 100% consumer country as America is, but they also have some similar aspirations as America does, being more self sufficient in their technology sphere, which that brings everything back to AI, which in turn gives the ball right back to Palantir, not only for the Defense Department, but also in the normal market for the rural sector for it to impact everybody in their day to day lives as they have already started here in America. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, leave a thumbs up. If there's a different stock that you're interested in and that you have put into your portfolio, leave it down in the comments. I'd be more than happy to be able to take a look and do some research on a new stock and bring it forth to the rest of the community for the channel growth as well. So, this is the Stock Warden riding off. So y'all come back now, you hear?